Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I posted anything on here, but that's because I had really good reason. At the time I felt like my lighting situation wasn't at its optimum, so I ended up building myself a ring light last weekend, and you probably saw that on my Snapchat if you follow me on there. So yeah, why don't we get straight into the video. By the way, this is actually the second time I'm filming this video. That's because I realized the first time everything was completely out of focus because of my super blind eyes, and I had to check everything on the little viewfinder. So just in case you notice I keep looking this way, it's because I have a huge monitor now in front of me for my blind eyes, just to make sure that everything is in focus before I upload this. So please bear with me. So before this video gets too long, we're going to hop on straight into the actual reason of this video, and that is these Milani lipsticks right here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 types of lipsticks that Milani offer, and that's these 2 tube lipsticks and 1 Amore matte lip cream. So I was given these lipsticks by the owner of the page Sugar Punch Kenya, and you can find her on Instagram on this handle right here. So these are the 3 lipsticks that she gave me that I will be reviewing in this video, and I haven't used any of them, so this will be a proper first impressions type review video. And the first lipstick we're going to be looking at is this Milani creamy lipstick in the shade Sangria. I don't know if you can see that. Will it focus? Okay, it tried. And the second one will be this creamy matte lipstick in the shade Iconic. And the final one will be the Milani Amore matte lip cream in the shade Covet, which is this nice deep brown. And for this video, I will be wearing this throughout the day and letting you guys know how it wears out during the day, and be checking in as I go along. So why don't I zoom you guys in so that you can see me swatching these lipsticks and see how they perform, and I will talk a little bit about their formulas and what I think about them at that moment. Okay, so now that you guys are all zoomed in, please ignore every single pimple on my face. I am human after all. And yes, in case you're wondering, I did cover up my lips with foundation just so that we can get a proper swatch and the true color payoff of this lipstick. That way the colors of my lips doesn't take away from the color of the lipstick. So I will be starting with the creamy lipstick, and that's in the shade Sangria, which is this beautiful deep purple shade. Now usually I never wear such shades, but of course for the purposes of this video I will be trying out this lipstick, though I do think it's actually a beautiful color, so let's just see how it turns out, right? So of course, let's get right into the swatch, shall we? This is not how I expected it to turn out. It does look a lot more pink than I expected it to be, because in the tube it does look a little deep compared to how it turned out on the lips, but I don't mind that. I actually find it to be a beautiful color. In terms of pigmentation, I didn't mind the way it applied. It applied really easily, and also of course being a creamy lipstick, it does feel very moisturizing on my lips. It doesn't feel heavy, and it's not sticky. I like the formula of this, I really do. I would though advise you to get a lip liner of the same shade, just to kind of fill in your lips before you put in this lipstick, just to get better color payoff, because I did have to do a few swipes, but all in all the pigmentation was still great. Another thing that I really loved about this lipstick is the scent. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like berries, if I'm not wrong. It smells so yum. Honestly, I could eat it all up. Otherwise, yeah, let's move on to the next swatch. Okay, so I've gone ahead and removed the purple lipstick, and I did dab on a bit of foundation on my lips just because the purple lipstick did stain my lips a little bit, but not too much. So if that's something you're not into, then maybe it's not for you, but I personally don't mind it. So the next lipstick we're going to try is the creamy matte lipstick, and that's in the shade Iconic, which is this beautiful shade of red. And it does promise to be matte, but at the same time moisturizes your lips, which is a great thing because we all know that matte lipsticks tend to dry lips out quite a bit. So I don't know, let's just see how this works out. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the swatch for you guys as you watch and let you know what I think about it right after. Okay, so right off the bat, I am really liking the color of this lipstick. It's a bit of a bright red. It kind of reminds me of the Ruby Woo by MAC. If you know of it, it is a pretty iconic color. How ironic, this is also called iconic. But yeah, this does remind me of MAC's Ruby Woo, and just like it promises, it does feel very creamy on the lips. It's not drying at all. In fact, if anything, the finish to me is somewhere between a matte lipstick and a satin lipstick. And when I say matte lipstick, I'm talking about Ruby Woo as an example, which, as we all know, can be quite drying to the lips. So in case you've always wanted a substitute for that, then I do think this would be a great dupe for that. At the same time, it gives you the moisture. Also, in terms of pigmentation, I do think it had really good color payoff. All it needed was a few swipes, which is normal, I guess. For every new lipstick that you get, you have to get rid of that film at the top, which kind of I don't know, lessens the pigmentation, you could say. Also, it does have the same scent as the purple lipstick that we tried earlier, so I do think this is a win in my books. Okay, so before we move on to the swatches of the final lipstick, I just wanted to mention one thing about the tube lipsticks. Removing these was relatively simple. All I needed was one swipe of my makeup remover wipe and it immediately came off. Also, they really do stain your lips. I mean, even after removing the red one, I noticed quite a bit of staining on my lips. So I did have to dab on some foundation, but personally that's not an issue for me. I don't think it should be for anyone, because just in case you do find staining to be an issue, then you can easily just dab on some foundation the way I did, or some concealer, and then you can just put on your next lipstick and you're good to go. Okay, so now for the final lipstick, and that's the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade Covet, which is this beautiful brown from what I can tell in the packaging of the tube, since I haven't tried it yet. And it has the gold lid at the top and a clear tube just so that you can see the inside of the lipstick. And I actually do really like the packaging of all these lipsticks. I am a big fan of the color gold, so immediately I see something in this color, then I die. And also, in terms of the quality of the packaging, I do think that they're really good quality because it's not the kind of cheap plastic, it is a sturdy kind of plastic. So I do like what they did with the packaging of these lipsticks. So that gets an A from me. Now we move on to the swatch of this lipstick. This lipstick, the color is beautiful. I think this is a color I will be wearing a lot more now. It's a beautiful sort of deep chocolate color. I might be speaking out of turn with this because I don't actually own the lipstick myself, but I do think this would be a great dupe for the shade True Brown K in the Kylie lipsticks, just judging from the swatch of this lipstick. But I don't know, if you do own it, then let me know. Maybe this is different from you. So the second thing I like about this lipstick is the formula of the lipstick. It dries really fast, you guys. It dries in like 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds. It's really dry. That might be a problem though if it does dry and then you want to go over it with the second coat, because we all know that brings about the dreaded butthole lips. But personally, I really like the formula. It doesn't feel sticky at all like some other lipsticks do, and it does feel a little moisturizing actually, and also I like that it doesn't settle into the fine lines of your lips, so that honestly earns an A+ in my opinion. Final thing that I do want to mention about this lipstick is the scent. It smells delicious. It's like vanilla cupcakes. It's the exact same scent that you would find in Kylie lip kits, because I do actually own 2 of those, so I do know how the scent is. So this, I could literally sit and smell this all day. Also, you do get quite a bit of product in here. You get about 6 grams of product, so that is also great. That means this will last you a really long time. So I'm going to be wearing this for the rest of the day. I will be checking in with you later during the day and let you know how this goes. As of this moment, it is 11:07, and you can see that, please focus. Yeah, it's 11:07 in the morning. So I will be checking in with you at some point during the day and also at night, just to let you guys know how the formula wore during the day and whether it breaks down and whether I needed to touch it up. So bye. I guess I will be seeing you later. Okay guys, so I'm at Nabiha's place. There she is. Yeah, but she's a little shy. So we're having cake right now, and just judging from today's scenario, clearly this is already breaking down. We had chicken for lunch and it was a little oily, so that's probably why, since that's normal. So yeah, also in case you're noticing a change in quality, that's because I'm using my phone to show you this. Also, just to give you context, it's now, gosh, please focus, it's now 4:40. So yeah, clearly this doesn't last, but I am going to put another coat and then I'm going to show you guys how it lasts after this. Okay, so it's time for my last check-in of the day. It is now 9:12 at night, just for some context. And just like I mentioned earlier, I did have to touch up my lipstick, but since then I haven't had to touch it up, and I don't know if you can see this, but it did fade a little bit in the center, but that's normal because of saliva. I know, TMI, but still. That's normal. So all in all, I do think the formula of this lipstick is great. It does last a long time, so long as of course you don't eat any oily foods, so that it doesn't break down the lipstick, which is typical for any matte liquid lipstick. So at the end of the day, even though these products were given to me as PR products, doesn't mean that I'm not here to give you my honest opinion. Every single thing that I said in this video was my full 100% honest opinion of the products. So I would give these a thumbs up. They do work in my shoes. The only thing that I would have to mention is that with the tube lipsticks, don't forget they do stain your lips, as I mentioned several times earlier. And also for this particular lipstick, it did have the issue with the applicator, but I don't think that's too big an issue. I mean, it still worked out either way, and I really actually didn't have to use any concealer just to clean up the line. So you just have to be a little more precise than you usually would be. And one more thing that I would suggest is that you probably should get a lip liner of a matching color to the tube lipsticks that you decide to get. That way you can fill in your lips before and you won't have an issue with pigmentation whatsoever. Otherwise, they are great products to me. And just to let you know the price point, this shop does sell the tube lipsticks for 1,300 shillings and the liquid lipstick at 1,800, which to me is still a good deal, because locally in our market I've personally not found any other shop that sells them for cheaper than that. So you are getting a deal with these lipsticks. And also one thing I should mention, in case you have been wanting the metallic lipsticks by Milani, they don't stock them yet, but they will be stocking them soon, as of January if I'm not wrong. They will also be having the BH Cosmetics brushes, as well as the Milani foundations, and also the BH eyeshadow palettes. So if those are things you've always wanted, then you could check this page out. Once again, just to remind you, this is the name of the page, so do check them out. They do have quite great products at reasonable prices, to be honest. So yeah, I will end this video at that point. In case you do have any more questions about these products, then do feel free to comment down below and I will get right to your question as soon as I can. Also, if you have any suggestions for future videos that you'd like to see, then let me know and I will get to it when I can. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because you know that helps a girl out, yeah? So I do hope you guys had a lovely Jamhuri weekend, and don't forget, Lida loves you. I think this is a win in my shoes. Oops. If anything, and I might be saying this, oops, I had some lipstick in my teeth. Second thing, I really do think that the formula, Dida, the word is formula, just it's not that hard to say. It's not. Okay.